Men learn from their mistakes, but wise men learn from the mistakes of others. So I'm hoping with this video that I could really actually open up to you guys and let you guys in my life a little bit. No matter how personal I get, no matter how painful and no matter how embarrassing some of this stuff that I may share be, I know for a fact that this information that I'm about to share with you guys will ultimately save one of you guys. This is exactly why I'm going to share it with you guys anyways. It's officially been a whole year now that I've been single. So that means I've been out of a relationship for a year now, right? And my past relationship lasted almost 2 years, right? But we were together for 3 and we were going on 2 years. My relationship wasn't something that I really shared online or just displayed all over the internet. It was very much private. And now that it's over and now that it's been officially 12 months, a whole year, I've had some time to actually process, think, see what I done wrong, see what I could have did better to ultimately be able to be a better man in my next relationship. And like I said in the beginning, men learn from their mistakes, but wise men learn from others. So I'm hoping this information in this video right here will help you guys be wise and you guys learn from the mistakes that I've made. To get into it, the very first thing that I've learned, and this is something I already knew, I just never actually really put it into practice. I've always wanted to put it into practice, but it just never manifested itself this way. And that is allowing God to be the center of the relationship. I know that sounds cute. I know that sounds like cliche, but in any relationship, in order for it to last, your foundation has to be strong, right? You guys see these buildings behind me, right? Y'all see these buildings behind me? If those buildings were built on sand, eventually when storms come, they will crumble, right? So if you bring that back to a relationship stance, if your relationship is built on sand, meaning things that are vain, things that are not really concrete, when things get tough in the relationship, everything will fall apart. Back then, I was not as spiritually rooted as I would like to be, right? So my relationship with the Lord wasn't as strong as it is now. So for that to manifest in a relationship, it was very difficult because I'm the type of guy, bro, I want to lead my woman in my relationship. That's how I want to operate within a relationship. I want to lead her, right? And before you could lead, it's all about, can you be led? Or what are you being led by, right? So the fact that my relationship with the Lord wasn't as good as I would have liked, it manifested like so in the relationship. So I was never able to really get that to really stick in the relationship. It's something I've always wanted. It's something my heart has always yearned for, is to be a man of God and to allow that to manifest in my relationship for when we have difficulties and when things, issues arise in a relationship. Before we attack the problem ourselves, we seek guidance from the Lord, you know? That's always something that I've wanted. And because I wasn't as spiritually rooted, it never manifested itself in the relationship that way. And some of y'all are probably gonna be like, what about her and things like that? See, I don't look at it like that. I look at it as, since I am the man in this relationship, I'm the one that is gonna be the head of this household. I'm the one that's gonna lead us in that direction. There's nothing wrong with her doing that, but I take pride in myself to be the one to do that. See, growing up in my household, my mother was always the one to gather us, to pray together, to tell us to go to church and things like that. And each time I would see it, I loved that she did that, but I've always in my mind been like, nah, like the man of this house should be the one to do this. And his wife doing it is just an add-on. It's a plus. It makes it better. But you as the head, as the man, as the backbone of the house, you're the one that should be the one putting emphasis on God being the center of everything that happens in that relationship. Relationships are not easy. Like, being able to coexist with another being is like one of the hardest things in the world. And to think that you're going to be able to do it without no guidance from the higher power is like, it's kind of stupid. So that's probably the first thing, not even probably, that is the first thing that that I've learned. And that's the number one thing I'm going to put emphasis on going into the very next relationship that I'm in, is to make sure that before we do anything, we're going to set the standard that God is the center of this. Everything that we do within this confine of this union has to go through him. If it doesn't, I don't want no part of it. Like, nothing. Like, I don't want it. I don't want none of that. I want that type of relationship where we pray together, where we go to church together, where we fellowship together, the Bible study, everything. Like, I need that. This is something I just forever, I've always wanted. So that's why now, personally, in my life, I've taken God a lot more serious. I've taken my relationship with God a lot more serious, because I want to make sure that whenever God brings that woman into my life, I'm prepared to lead her, because I've spent the time and put into work and allowed God to lead me. The second most important thing that I feel like that I learned from this relationship and this breakup is, no matter how much this may hurt your partner or the person that you're with, no matter how torn they're gonna be, honesty is the very best policy. You cannot go wrong by telling the truth. Like, even little white lies, small lies, things that you think that are so small, bro, I'm telling you right now, take it from me. From the very beginning of the relationship, even in the talking stage, bro, tell her everything. Omitting information is just as bad. If you omit information, it's just as bad. See, the thing about lies, white lies, small lies, big lies, whatever. The thing about lies is, once you lie one time, it's like you got to keep up with that same lie. Once you lie one time, even if it's something so small, I'm talking about something that you don't even think should even matter, bro, don't do it, because it hinders you from being able to be honest in the future. When you lie the one time about something, even if you want to be honest later on, it's going to be so hard to, because you're going to have moments where you tell on yourself, and you're going to have moments where you want to tell the truth about something, but you have to keep up with this one initial lie that you lied about in the very beginning that doesn't even matter anymore. Take it from me. From the very beginning, tell the truth, bro. Do not lie to that woman. Like, just keep it 100, especially when you walking around calling yourself a man of God. That's the epiphany that I had with myself. I'm like, dang, I'm walking around like, man of God this, I'm a man of God this, I walk with integrity and all this, but I know I'm not being completely honest about certain things in my relationship. I knew, and I felt it in my heart. The conviction was killing me. Like, I felt like, bro, it's like once you lie about something, you done ruined the whole freaking relationship. Everything is just like, you might as well throw the whole relationship away, because you got to keep up with it. You can't be walking around calling yourself a man of God and you're not, you don't have no integrity when you're with your woman. I'm telling y'all, and it's crazy, because I know some of y'all gonna watch this video, y'all gonna take this because you guys are wise. And some of y'all gonna watch this video, y'all still gonna make those mistakes. And it's okay. It's okay. But only, man, I wish y'all could just take it from me and just run with it, because it will save you so much heartache. It will save you so much, bro. Like, you will be so many steps ahead. Like, I'm 24. And these are lessons I'm just now learning. And I've dated some great women. I've been in relationships with great women. Even my ex, even the girl that I was dating before, she was great. It didn't work out, but she was great. And I strongly believe if things like this like being honest, if I was doing that from the very beginning, it like I don't even know what to tell you. I know it would have made the relationship a lot better. Even the things that I may have lied about that she found out, even the things that I may have lied about that she didn't find out, it still ends up hurting the relationship. It don't matter, bro. Like, just keep it a buck. If you're not prepared to be honest in a relationship, don't get in one. If you're not prepared to keep it real with that woman, bro, just leave her alone. Now, this one right here is very close to home because this is probably the biggest issue that I've had in the past in relationships. And I want you to hear this, and I want you to hear it clearly and like implant it in your brain. Under promise and over deliver. Talk less and do more. So what do I mean by this? Do not make any promises that you're not prepared to keep. None. If you find yourself getting ready to say something that you know that you're not going to uphold, bro, do not say it at all. The quickest way to lose respect from your woman, from your girl, is to not be a man of your word. As soon as she notices that you go back on things that you say, you don't, like, your word is not bond, your yes is not yes, and your no is not no, she loses all respect for you. Bro, women pay attention to the littlest things, and they do it like consciously and subconsciously. The littlest thing, bro, like the littlest things. You go against your word, bro, it's like you're constantly just lowering the bar. She's just losing respect for you every time that you do it, every time that you do it. And I'm gonna tell you guys something, and this bothers me to this very day. A year later, this like actually really pains me because I pride myself on doing as I say, being who I say I am. I'm gonna share this quick story with you guys, and y'all gonna think it's something so small, but bruh, like to this day it still bothers me, and I know for a fact this bothered her. I'm telling y'all right now. We had made a bet together, right? We both was on our fitness journey. She wanted to get her waist down to a certain like size, and I was trying to get to 180 pounds. So we made a bet, and I don't remember exactly how the bet went, but I just knew if I reached my weight goal, she would do something for me, and if she reached the size that she wanted with her waist, I would buy her a pair of shoes, right? And this actually goes back to the honesty thing, and I'm gonna show you why some of these stuff like stack on top of each other, right? With the honesty part. So, okay, I'll tell you. So the bet was the shoe. So what ended up happening with the bet, we both end up achieving our goals. Whatever that she had promised to get me if I achieved my goal, she did it. I honestly don't remember what it was, but I know she did it. I know on my end, I never got her the shoes. And I'm going to tell you why I never got her the shoes. And this goes back to the being honest part. At the time, financially, I was being very financially irresponsible. And my finances weren't where they needed to be, right? But I was never honest about that, right? And this is what I mean. This is information that I was omitting because this is not something that she asked me. This is just things I was leaving out. Because I was really struggling financially and I never expressed that to her. When we made the bet with the shoes, when it was time to get the shoes, I couldn't afford them, right? But because in the beginning, I never was upfront about where I was sitting financially, I had to keep up with that same lie. So I never end up getting her the shoes because I couldn't afford them, right? But it came off as me just not being a man of my word. Well, not even it came off. It's just me not being a man of my word because now she's like, oh, we made this bet. You didn't get me these shoes. So you're not a man of your word. But at that time, I couldn't even come up front and just be like, I'll get you something else. I can't afford the shoes. I could have. But because like for whatever reason that I just didn't feel comfortable sharing that with her, whatever reason, It was. I didn't. So not only now am I not a man of my word, but I'm being dishonest. She doesn't know I'm being dishonest, but in my heart of hearts, in my mind, I know I'm being dishonest. I know this is why I'm dealing with this issue of not being able to get her the shoes. And bro, when I tell you this, bro, this thing, bro, like to this day, even having this conversation about this, it bothers me so much. Man, like you just don't understand how much respect, how many points you lose by just being completely dishonest, bro. If you don't plan on doing something, just don't say it. You just, bro, you don't know how much of a grave you're digging your own grave, because she loses complete respect for you, bro. She loses all respect for you. Everything that you've done is out the door at this point, because you don't do what you say. You're not a man of your word. Why would she respect you if you don't do what you say? She loses all respect for you. So lesson number 3, if you don't plan on doing it, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Like I said, talk less, do more. Under promise and over deliver. Just leave it at that, bro. Just leave it at that. I promise you, I'm saving you so much. I'm saving you so much arguments. I'm saving you so much headache, so much stress, so much, bro. Believe me, take it from me. And the next thing that I'm going to say is this, and this kind of goes hand in hand with kind of like some of the stuff I said in the beginning. Lead by example. Whatever you're dishing out, make sure you're able to take that in too. So if you, whatever it is that you plan on asking her to do or expecting of that woman, make sure you live like that too, or you're moving like that too, because like, you don't know how stupid you look asking your girl to do one thing, and you don't even move like that yourself. You look stupid. You want her to work out. You want to ask her, you want to tell her to start working out, but every day you are laid up in the bed and you're not doing any type of exercise. Like, how does that work? Like, whatever it is that you think that you want to ask of your woman, that you expect of her, bro, I really hope that you live that life too, because it's stupid. No one follows or listens to someone that is not worth following, that they don't feel like they don't respect, or they don't feel like why would I take financial advice from someone that I see is not financially stewarding their money correctly? It's stupid. You wouldn't take basketball lessons from someone that's never played basketball. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Take your own advice. Take your own advice. And this is something that I'm big on and I'm working on right now. Taking my own advice. Because you can't be sitting around like, oh, I need you to do this. I need you to do this. I want you to start acting like this. Oh, don't yell at me in argument. And every time y'all argue, you yelling at her. Lead by example, bro. The thing is, when you lead by example, it alleviates a lot more disputes. Because the thing is, when you ask of her of something, or there's something that you expect her to do, she can't come back and say like, oh, you haven't. Nah, she can't. It's like, you're like, yeah, like I want you to start waking up early to work out. And she when you say that, she's gonna be like, she may not be receptive of it right away, but when she gets a chance to think, especially if she's a very open-minded and level-headed woman, when she gets a chance to think, she's gonna be like, dang, he gets up every day to go work out. Yeah, like maybe I should start doing that. This would be good for us. You know, lead by example, bro. Keep it at that. And the last thing that I'm going to say, and this is probably going to be the most important thing that I've said this whole video. Listen to this. And I'm listening to this too, because I think this is, I know I've said this for almost all of them, but this is definitely one of the biggest things that I lacked. And that is keeping that same energy. What do I mean by that? When I say keep that same energy, whatever that you are doing to get her, honestly, do it 10 times more once you get her. If y'all were going on dates every week, make it twice a week. The thing is, a lot of guys, especially me, once we get the woman We get so lost in the sauce. We get so complacent, or I don't know what it is within us that we think it's time to chill. It's like, nah, like, if you don't continue to do this, if you can't keep upping yourself, like, the spark dies. This always happens. Whatever you did to get her, bro, continue to do it. Do not stop doing it. And whatever position you were at when you got her, don't stop doing it. Meaning, if you were a guy that was in the gym, you was working out, you was getting money, you was waking up early, you was grinding, you was working 2 jobs, bro, do not stop doing that when you get her. Don't get complacent. Keep your foot at your own neck and keep getting better for yourself. But also in the relationship, bro, you have to continue to date her like you're trying to get her. You have to continue to you gotta date her as if you're still trying to get her. This is the best advice you'll ever hear straight up on YouTube. This video, bro, I'm keeping it a buck with you guys, bro. This is no cap. This is nothing. This is real life. If you want to keep her, you have to keep that spark alive. How do you keep that spark alive? By continuously pursue her like you don't have her, like she's not yours. The same way you was going after her and texting her and making sure she was good, you have to do the same thing, if not more, once you get her. Don't get comfortable in your relationship. Women love the little things, the small things. Continue to learn more about her. Each day, wake up with this sense of like wanting to discover something new about her. I get in relationships sometimes and I just completely just stop trying to know more about my woman. It's the most horrible like attribute that I have. I hate it, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I hate it. It bothers me because I know like a woman loves to be pursued. She loves when you pay attention to the little things. She loves when you continue to go after her. Let's recap a little bit. Very first thing that I said, allow God to be the center of your relationship. We're going to keep it simple with this. This is straightforward. Allow God to be the center for everything that y'all do. The second thing, honesty is the best policy. Nothing beats being honest. Nothing beats that. Be a man of your word. Talk less, do more. Under promise, over deliver. The fourth thing is this, lead by example. Be who you expect her to be. And the very last thing is this, continue to pursue her even after you have her. If you found value from this video, if you learned at least one thing from this video, bro, please comment down below, like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what videos y'all want to see. Peace.